like, I don't want to say good gaming because most of the games you play are pretty good, but what was your poison for today game-wise? Has it been Destiny? Oh, did I go mute you? No.
But yeah.
Did you hear me?
What?
Oh, I had asked you what you were playing today.
Oh, well, I don't know, kind of like on the fence, really.
Hello. Sorry.
I don't know at the moment.
Have you put any more time on Ark?
Well, I kind of have to. I do mostly everything on the Genesis version, or the Gen server. But yeah. I do things. I lost my Spino and Rex yesterday after an ex-Spino decided to come and kill me. And we were semi in a safe-ish area. I came back, my Spino was at half health, and I'm like, this ain't gonna end well for me. Sure enough, it did not end well. I ended up dying, and I lost my Spino and my Tech Rex at the same time. Like, that, goodness gracious. Then again,
sucks.
it was a max level X Spino, so.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, of course. The one time we find an X Spino, because one, they very rare to spawn. And to find one that has a good level, much less a max level, is even rarer. So I'm like, I really got lucky and unlucky all at the same time.
Tis I, Val, yes. Sorry, go ahead, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So to be honest, we got really lucky because by the time we got back to where my body was, the Spino was gone. I don't know where it went. I didn't really care either. I got my stuff, and I'm like, well, I lost 2 dinos. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home.
I can see you. Good day. Nope, I am leaving. Good day.
I'm going back to the safety that is my air pocket in the bottom of the ocean.
You know, I still have yet to... I guess I have to find a key. I still have to try out the other areas that I have. I think the only one that I don't have is Genesis, if that's the most recent one.
Oh yeah, they're actually going to be releasing Genesis Part 2 June 2nd.
Then I think I'll wait and I'll buy both of those expansions. That way I can have it, and anytime you need a squishy backup or bait, I can help you.
I like that one.
By the way, you have me saying "wee" a lot. Because you know how, like, when you jump away, or you sometimes just jump to your death, you go, wee.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna die, I might as well make it sound like I'm having a good time.
Where is that? What is that? That's a spine. Yeah, to this day, Mr. Coffee does bring up the time where you left both of us and Destiny 2, like you did the glitch and you're behind, and you know when you're being a sneaky.
I went forward and then realized, oh wait, that's a bottomless pit. Must jump off and then hopefully jump to my safety, and I did. Mr. Coffee just came right behind me and died.
Okay, so my hi, and no, it's a narwhal fighting a unicorn. SP just asked, is your icon a picture of a unicorn dance mating with a dolphin?
No, it's a narwhal fighting a unicorn.
Okay, so I found a
Mine's
way.
technically a window frame, or picture frame, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we can't go that way. So let's go to the darkness of death, because why do I have an amnesia feeling with this one?
I don't know, but I will say this. Me and you, we need to work on your monster hunt, because I want you to meet somebody else.
Monster Hunter Rise?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's an elder dragon that was recently added that I want you to meet because I have a feeling you're not gonna like him. Well, you might like him. You might not like his fight though. I haven't fought him yet, but I'm like, this is gonna be fun.
Okay. I can't wait to fight mating to the death. No, I hope a narwhal and a unicorn never do that.
But let's see what else.
Oh yeah, I finally got my my Nintendo Switch Lite as my primary account now, so I can play my games on the go.
Yay!
That was so frustrating because I couldn't remember which Switch was my primary.
Ah, fair enough.
Okay, so I think I missed that on the screen, but there was a big ass fish fin thingy that just came out of the water, and now I'm not too sure when to put my ass on that boat. Let's go look around for a little bit. Eerie music, eerie music.
But yeah. Oh yeah, something interesting. My dad's going to teach me how to use an Instant Pot.
I always wanted an Instapot. I finally have like an Instapot from like not Instapot, but like a rice cooker, which is amazing. But oh man, Instapots I heard are like the best.
But yeah, he wants to start teaching me how to cook. We're gonna start with chicken. Also, apparently my dad's reinvented the whole Mississippi roast thing. He now has Mississippi chicken, which is good, and Mississippi taco.
Okay, you're gonna have to like share and explain to me what that is because you got me into that Mississippi roast and you can't stop there now. I'll give kudos to your dad and everything.
Chicken was really good. Now, be it, I'm gonna have to probably ask my dad technically. But from what I understand is that technically you cook the chicken like you normally would cook, like I guess you would cook the Mississippi roast, but instead it'd be chicken. And once it's finished cooking, you tear it up, you put it back in the juices, and then you can either cook the rice and put it in there with it, or you can cook the rice separately and just put the chicken and the juices on top of the rice. Or you can just combine them. Or you could just combine them.
Oh my god, that sounds so good.
Actually, my mom and dad, when they first did it, they used noodles. Like spaghetti noodles. Or fettuccine noodles. They used some kind of pasta noodles. But yeah, my dad said that he made Mississippi tacos. He took mom and some of her work friends, some like, I guess some of the hamburger meat or something, and took them like some taco shells. And then when he got back home, he realized he didn't have any more taco shells because he gave them all to them. So he just put it on some white bread.
Girl, that sounds so good.
I know! Which, I mean, to be honest, the reason why is because apparently my grandpa's back is not allowing him to, you know, stand up long enough to start cook our supper anymore. So my dad's like, well, I'll just come over and start teaching her how to cook. And I'm like, well, this is gonna be interesting.
It's like, do you really think that's a good idea? I have faith in you, by the way, because
I don't have, well, my dad said that, you know, if I can at least learn how to use the Instant Pot, then, you know, it probably wouldn't be as bad as, you know, trying to learn the other ways that would take longer. Because my dad did say that the Mississippi chicken did not take that long from like prep to actual serving. I mean, technically the Mississippi roast doesn't really take that much. Like, you more or less leave it to let it, you know, slowly cook, and then once it's done, it's done.
I'm just gonna turn you off.
But he's gonna try and find like a
I should
small
get rid
Instant
of all this
Pot
stuff.
or something similar to one for, you know, here. Of course, I like my mom's like, you know, you could. She likes to make mention that we do have an air
I'm
fryer.
listening.
I don't know why I don't like the thing. I just don't like it. Just don't like it.
That's correct.
I always air fry my bacon. And air fryers are definitely pretty good, like especially if you do like chicken nuggets too or tater tots.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Is
not
that
that I don't know how to use it. It's just the fact that there's some things that we buy that don't have air fryer instructions, and I'm just sitting there going like, what would this go under? What would be the classification? Because I mean, if I look at the booklet, it says like different like, you know, food types like seafood, fish, you know, fries and all that stuff, and I'm like, what does this fall under? Because I don't want to food poison myself.
Yes, sir.
But yeah. Yeah, I picked up some more Pepsi Mango.
So how is that again? Like I see it.
It tastes like mango, although to be honest, sometimes I confuse it with tasting like peach. It tastes good.
I'm really gonna have to try
I feel like
that.
if you like peach and or mango flavored, you know, mangoes or peaches, you'll like it because it mostly tastes like a peach or a mango. I keep thinking it's peach and it's actually mango.
Well, let's see how that works.
Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related
Yes,
matter,
SP, I know you dated Cthulhu. I was watching that stream.
What's wrong?
That was
as you know,
a good,
Oh,
interesting
weird.
game.
progress of our contract is.
Although that is not the weirdest
You've been accepting
relationship
fewer
I've
new
seen.
cases.
Because I've seen some
Work
weird
is
relationships.
scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth
Trying to
not
think.
losing your license. Show
I
yourself
mean, then
worthy of the
again, I
Wentworth
played a
Detective Agency,
romance
and we
game
might
where
be
you're
on it.
like you're.
Mr. Pierce, you two.
I want to say you're probably in your 20s, maybe late 20s.
I'm coming.
And you're dating like men that are in their middle ages.
My food.
To be honest, some of those guys were pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Which is funny because
Sir,
one of the
I came
guys you
here
can
on the
technically
advice of a
romance
person whom I hold
is this
in
really
high
older
esteem,
dude who actually owns
and
the
I
bar
must
that you
say
meet
that
all
I
these guys
expected
in.
anything but a drunkard's
And
lair.
he's actually one of the nicest guys, but he may be old.
You're
But
free
he still
to
knows
leave
how to
anytime,
work.
sir.
It's hilarious.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Because for the whole
Stephen
time you're
Webster,
trying to romance him,
industrialist and
he
art
does not
collector.
believe
All of Boston knows you.
he's
Tell
worthy,
me, Mr. Pierce,
or he's,
are you,
you know,
capable
good
of
enough.
handling
And I'm
a
like,
new case, or are you simply a
I'm
deadbeat
sorry, dude,
inebriate?
but
If you
you
come to
check
me,
off all the lists.
it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah,
an
my
old
little
fool?
girl. She is dead. Even
I'm
you
sorry.
must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter.
Not Sarah Hawkins.
The police
I don't
accuse
know.
her
Dun,
of killing
dun,
her family.
dun.
They all died
Do
in
they
a fire.
burn you at the stake for being if
Husband
things don't go
and Simon,
well?
my grandson.
What?
I can't do
Well.
anything for a woman who is already dead.
I mean, I
Find
wouldn't
out
put it
the
past them.
truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
I
But
really
if you
wouldn't put it
have
past
no
them.
What, honey?
I've brought all that I have. Look,
She's
I
a
want you to look carefully
happy girl.
at this painting.
Happy girl. Okay, so I mostly go on TikTok
Tell
to
me
watch
all
the dog videos.
assumptions that come to mind.
And there's this one
The
where
only
they
time I see TikTok mostly is because Vic sends me videos and I'm just staring at him going, why did he send this to me?
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me.
Then again,
Well,
I have another friend who sent me a
tell me
video
if
that's
this
like,
is the work of
don't you
madness.
love it when it
Or
floods
if,
so
on
you
the
can
contrary,
take your
you
pet
manage to
catfish
detect
out on
some
a
logic,
walk and I'm
a
like,
rationality
Wow.
to follow so that I may
What?
understand it.
I was
Is that
so
all you
mad.
want from
and the
me?
thing is that the
Yes,
catfish has a
please.
leash on
All
and
right.
I'm just The whole thing is like, you know, not that it's
That's
flooded,
all you've
that he
got?
has a pet cat.
The
No, my
painting?
whole concern is,
I placed a
how do you
file
get
on
the
your
leash
desk.
on it?
It contains everything I have on the affair.
There's a creator that I watch that he does little clips of his animals doing like a little butt jig, and he goes hap hap happy boy, hap hap happy boy, and like at the beat of him singing the little jig, the dogs and the horse and whatever animal he has clipped into it, they all like wiggle their butts. It's the cutest freaking video. I love it, and it makes me happy.
Now,
So now.
my favorite so far TikTok wise is that dude who makes the old timey
A warehouse on
foods
Darkwater.
and then eats them. And he's
Some
like,
sketches of the Hawkins
"This
family.
is fucking good."
Rather
I don't know why
Oh.
it's good, but it's good.
Yeah, like during the Great Depression times,
Yeah,
correct?
there was one recently that I saw that's like chocolate sauerkraut cake, and he's like, "Okay, we'll do this." And after the end, he's like, "It doesn't taste like sauerkraut. It has like the texture of coconut." He's like, "Either chocolate fixes everything, or this is alchemy." And I'm like, I'd have to say it's probably alchemy. Because chocolate does not fix everything. Take pickles, for instance. You can put them together. I wouldn't suggest it, though.
The animals are real. These are not bad sketches. Okay, found Sarah Hawkins' case. Examine the Hawkins file. Which I did. Examine the painting. So...
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a
I blame you
message.
now. Now I got that
So,
stuck in my head.
Mr. Pierce,
What the
what do you make of these
I'm sorry.
elements?
So think of that when you're riding your dinosaurs.
I'm now going to imagine that while riding my dinosaurs. Great. Oh yeah, I adopted a Triceratops today.
That makes me so happy. Oh, and it's so funny that we're on the subject about dinosaurs. I'm listening to the Lost World book. Okay,
Ooh.
so Stephen Webster, so Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements? Read about her, Mr. Fragility in the police report. Should take them lightly. Find out. So I'm assuming, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this. Like Mass Effect, your decisions you make throughout the game will reflect on what happens.
What ending you can. Yeah.
Yes. So.
Well, if they give. Yeah, I'd have to say so. I mean, most games that give you this kind of choice options usually do dictate what ending you're probably going to get.
Well, I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful or an asshole.
But
But we're going to figure out. I mean, the bubbles are probably just more going into, like, more details about Sarah. No, decisions don't matter, just like real life. I'm going to agree to disagree with you. Okay, how about this? On some
SB, we all know that's a fucking lie.
some situations, that might be... well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the insane ending. Maybe if you do the playthrough. Well, I don't know. Something's not right with this story. Let's see.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And
I
you
don't know
think your
why I
daughter
like
could have been the
adopting
sender.
creatures
That is what you must
that I
find out.
find.
Go
I
to
do.
Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
But,
Darkwater.
yeah, I found a Triceratops
Never heard of
just standing
Where is
around. It was up for claims.
It's
I'm
a
like,
small, remote island
Okay,
off
you're
the
coming
coast of
home with me.
Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce.
Yes.
You must uncover it.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Though Vic did send me a
You
video
must tell me if what the police suggest
that would
about the
pretty
mental
much
state
be
of your
me.
daughter is true.
No.
Completely 100%.
Sarah had
If you left me
visions.
alone in a
Everyone knew
big-ass
that.
store.
She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw
Okay,
things.
if I leave you alone in a big ass store, we're either gonna have to do Marco Polo,
I never
or we're
knew
gonna
what
have
she
to have
No,
a
it's the
leash.
fact that
My daughter was an enigmatic
the video
figure,
pretty
Mr.
much has
Pierce.
like, I guess it was
must
supposed to be
find
technically a
out the
wife and
truth
husband,
about her life
and the wife's like,
and death.
I left you alone for 3 minutes. He's like, I know. And he's just holding like this pile of like Lego Star Wars
exactly
stuff.
as it appears. I
It's
think
like,
your daughter is
yes,
sending you a
you
message.
left me alone.
That's what I
It's like,
believe,
you're
too.
a grown-ass
It was
adult.
3 months
He's
ago
like,
that I received the call
yes,
from the
and
police
you
telling
left
me of my
me
daughter's
completely
death.
alone.
And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to
Yeah.
my home.
I'm like,
the painting
yeah,
is linked to this
you will
case,
probably
can't you
find
see?
me like holding
You
shit going
must
like,
find the meaning
can I
behind all
have?
this.
Okay, so let me tell you this too. First up, Andrew says I'm really bad about walking away from him at Walmart, and I'm like, okay. So I try to get better, but I tell him, okay, I'm going over here to go grab something, and I'm assuming he's following. Next thing I know, I see him and the kid just going off for the distance, and they go into some portal, and I have to search the entire store to find him, and then I get yelled at for leaving. I'm like, but I told you I was going here.
But here's the thing.
Her husband
Here's the
was a
thing.
big deal on the island.
Is that Vic realizes
staying
that
to the
most likely it is a horrible idea
Though they
because
mentioned
he's
Sarah's
like,
mental state.
I'm like, you will turn around for
I
like 2
believe you are
seconds,
right.
turn back around, I am gone. He's like,
case is not as
I'll
simple
probably
as that.
find you in like the freaking
I am
stuffed
aware
animal
of
section
that.
one. I'm like,
I believe there is more to
you'll
this
probably
case than
find me
just
hiding
an
in the
accident.
giant stuffed animal department, but yes.
See that.
And he's like, he'd be like trying to get me out. I'm like, no. He's like, okay, I'll get you one. I'm like,
I
okay,
think
I'll
I'm
get
beginning
out.
to understand.
And then
I'm
I'll just
willing
sit there
to
for
do
it. He's like,
anything
you're stuck,
for
aren't you?
my
I'm like,
daughter to recover her honor.
yeah, that actually was
Quiet
the real
down.
reason why I couldn't get out.
I'm on your
Because I
side.
kind of got my ass stuck and I can't
Let's
get
sum
out.
things up. An artist
Because I
dies
know my
with
ass
her
would have
family
gotten
in a
stuck.
house. Your only
SC, I
clue
do know where you
is a
live,
sort of
but I'll get you
promontory
tacos on my
painting
payday.
sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct.
Ask me.
I-
I
And
want
the rumors
tacos
about
too.
her supposed folly.
You
Which
know,
you don't
I could
totally
just see
deny.
like help,
Find
help.
that warehouse.
I need help getting out,
Find out
but
the
then like
truth
kind of
regarding
snuggling
Sarah
deeper,
Hawkins'
like a
death.
ball pit. Like
You'll be
you hide yourself.
handsomely
Yeah,
compensated.
like
All right.
I'm like reaching
I'll
out
take
for
the
like
case.
help, and I'm just
I'll
like
go to
slowly
Darkwater.
just
Look into
sinking.
the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr.
Like you
Pierce.
just see like my
I didn't
fingers
expect
at the
any
very
less
end.
coming from a man in your situation.
So this is good.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North.
I mean, to be honest, like I
Well, no
told
doubt
my
for a good
grandmother
old
when she was
story of
alive and
blackmail
she'd
in
take
the
me to
speaking
Walmart, I'd be like, I go to 3 sections only. Books, video games / electronics, and the toy section. You can't find me in any of those. Someone has taken me somewhere or I'm in the bathroom. Because I usually hang out in one of them.
Darkwater is off the coast.
Most of the time it's
Boston.
now the electronics.
But I've never heard of
So I'll
it.
be standing there
According
staring
to
at games
this
going,
book,
I want
it was
you,
often
I
mentioned
want
during
you.
whale hunting
I
times at the
may
end of the
want
19th
you, just
century.
depends on how you play.
It seems to have been shunned since then.
The taco song. I know the emo song, but it's what?
I assume that's what he meant.
I'm an emo kid, non-conformist as can be. You'll be
I
emo
haven't
too
heard
if you're
that
just
song.
like
It's so
me.
goddamn long.
It's not a phase.
The
Mom.
only reason why I know that song is because of a classmate of mine borrowing a book of mine, then losing it, and then burning me a CD, and that was one of the songs on it. And then when she finally found the book, she refused to give it back to me because she gave me a CD as payment. I'm like, that's not payment, that was just a
All I
replacement.
have to do is go to the
I still
port.
want my book back. I never got it back.
I just
though.
hope that I can find a boat able
I
to
never
take
got
me
it back.
to Darkwater.
But why
Kind of
do you
reminds
wanna
me of
go
that
to
dude in
Darkwater?
fucking. It
Natural
reminds me of that dude in
sciences,
public school who borrowed my
linguistics,
Pokemon book
archaeology.
and then lied saying that he didn't borrow
Natural
it
sciences,
when I know very well he did.
linguistics, archaeology.
I may suck with names, but I'm damn good with faces.
Natural sciences,
Fine.
linguistics,
Don't let me
archaeology.
pick it up, jerk. Sorry.
I miss
Married
that book.
woman runs off with her girlfriend.
I think it was the Aerodactyl one.
Husband couldn't understand it.
I wasn't allowed many things that were Pokemon related when I was a kid.
Oh, so Donovan beat Pokemon Shield. He got all the okay. Beat meaning like he completed got all his badges.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
and
has he
Wentworth
won the
Agency
league
doesn't
yet?
attract top-notch cases.
I don't know, but he's like obsessed with that game. But he graduated 3rd grade. And he's going into 4th grade. And
Ooh, congratulations,
thanks
Donnie!
for yeah, he was
You go,
excited to
boy,
tell
you go.
me. But he's gonna not like us because we decided to still put him in a summer program just because he did partial virtual learning before he went back to school. So we just want to make sure that he's
Yeah,
set.
that's understandable. That's understandable.
But we're gonna go to the coast in July, and I plan on taking him to Enchanted Rock. So, Enchanted Rock is a place here in Texas. You can hike and just see the view and stuff. So.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I've taken to singing
I used to be an
a
avid
song
reader.
from the movie Monster in Paris.
The Lost Battalion.
And the
Holding
funny
your
thing is
position
that
and obeying
despite the fact
orders.
that I have heard the song multiple
That is
times,
courage.
even though I've never really saw the movie, I mean, what bits I saw of it looked pretty good. So
I
I'm
wonder
like,
why I
probably
still
not too bad.
take these
The
things.
funny thing is that the person who voices the Roach and sings for the Roach, or sings as the Roach, or does the singing for the Roach, is actually John Lennon's son.
Okay, is that the? You said Monsters in Paris.
Monster in Paris.
Monster in Paris. Okay, because I remember there being, and I can't remember if this is the same movie you're talking about. But there was a movie where it was like condemned apartments and like it was infested with like talking roaches or something like that, and people were trying to save the building. Do you know what I'm talking? Have you heard of that?
No. No, Monster in Paris was technically where, I believe a roach got like accidentally experimented on by a scientist and grew and became intelligent, was able to speak, but he really liked singing. And apparently the roach was actually voiced by John Lennon and Yoko Ono's son, and I'm like, cool! To be honest, I thought it was a chick voicing the roach. Kinda interesting that we found out it was his son.
I'm gonna have to look into that because I've never heard of that, and yeah. That
Yeah,
sounds
apparently
good.
I'm like, because the thing is that the roach's voice was so high pitched.
still
I'm
loading?
like, okay, I mean, it wouldn't be unusual for a woman to voice a male character. Pokemon and, a lot of Japanese cartoons, have that. So I'm like, whatever. But no, that was actually a dude, and I'm like, that's some very high voice, but he can sing. He got his dad's genes.
Didn't his mom sing too? I mean, I know she's all about the peace and everything as well.
I think so. I want to say John Lennon and her actually did release an album.
I think they have a Christmas song together. It's the Very Merry Christmas, the Happy New Year. Hope it's a good one. That brings something cheer.
SB, I don't think anyone really remembers the whole song to the Toys R Us song. I vaguely remember it.
Oh, I get some loading. Yeah, I'm seriously getting amnesia feel for this already. Like, I wonder if it's by the same creators. But I also want to know if it's an older game because the graphics are not bad, but they're not like high def. But maybe it's because it has to look a certain way. I don't know. I'm liking it so far. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. That's all I know of that song.
Like
even
I
though the story's
like I told
completely
SB,
gone.
I don't think anyone fully remembers the whole song. Though let's be honest, the commercial was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Although I've only been in Toys R Us like a few times, and the few times I was
almost there.
It was okay. It made me want a GameCube, but I never got one. But it made me want one because I'd play like I miss the old days where you could go into a store and play demos of games while your mom shopped. You could just stand there in the freaking game aisle and just play demos. I miss those good old days when you could do that.
I gotta figure out how to stream from the Xbox One. Because I really want to play the Gears game and bring that to the channel. I love Gears of War. Sorry, no, you're talking about GameCube.
Oh, no, it's fine. But the few times I did go into the Toys R Us, one time was with my grandmother, and I don't remember if I asked her to let us go in there, or if she had to go in there for something, but we went in there, and I actually got, like, I think
There's
2
guys
boys
coming
in
to
there.
unload.
You know,
You
for
see a
it
2 of
being
1.
pricey, they had some, in my opinion, some good quality toys.
Welcome
Oh, yeah.
to Darkwater
That's
Island.
actually where I got one of my Digimon toys that I'm still,
thank you,
I love.
So, what
I
wind
treasured
brought
that thing.
you?
Yet they have no idea.
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
What?
Get down. About Toys R Us or the Saturday morning
A sad
cartoons.
story that
These
we
kids
all
these
I mean-
days.
I mean, technically,
Charles Hawkins
Saturday
may
morning
have been
cartoons is still a
was
thing.
a good man.
Yeah, but with the way, like, our
his
version of
wife,
cartoons
Sarah.
Yeah,
will
I
probably
mean,
have
yeah,
gotten,
the good
like,
ass cartoons. Yeah, they don't
canceled
know. They don't
right
know nothing
away.
about good ass cartoons.
I
By the
love the
way,
Animaniacs.
Nikki,
You know
did
what?
you watch that video I
Go
sent
have a
you?
drink of the stranded whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell
I
may not
saw
be
the
very
video
welcoming, but his
you
bar
sent me
holds a
today
surprise for
with
you.
the song.
I
As
sent-
for
but
me, you'll find me at the
I know
harbor.
you sent me.
I sent
sorry.
you another one
If
after
it's the
that,
Hawkins family
and I
that
sent
brings
it
you
to you
here,
just for
I
the
have
simple
a pile
fact
of
of
documents that should interest you.
what is going on
Understood.
in that clip, because the
I'm going for a
title
look around
pretty
the
much
docks.
summed up how I felt when I realized what I was watching. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
Go
I'm
to
like-
the bar, talk to Bradley.
I'm like, it feels like a cartoon I've seen before, but instead of using like marbles to fight, apparently you use bottle caps.
Hey,
And I have many
Go any
questions.
faster? The same goes
When
for
I,
you, sir.
because apparently
Move
the
along.
show or something is called Bottle Man, and I'm like, okay. And somehow drinking a soda makes them ascend to the gaming world
They
or
seem
something.
to be very
And then the
agitated
audiences
about a
are like
dead
human
animal.
faces on bottles.
You're telling me. These fools think that putting the whale
I
back
have
in
no
the
idea
water
what's going on,
will bring
but
about
it
the end of the
confused
world.
me.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice.
Just because
Now,
you told
please,
me
allow me to
doesn't
do my
mean I'm
job.
gonna listen. Hello? I mean, that's just me in general.
The blood is just beginning to
mean,
coagulate.
you're
It
not
died a
wrong.
short time ago.
Stop it.
Only a specialist would.
Get off my chair.
That's no way to
Octavia, go lay down.
Oh, yeah.
Just because the clothes are right there doesn't mean you gotta get up.
It's a sign.
She's like,
There's something coming.
yes it does. It means all of it.
So let's see. Talk to Fitzroy. Where, oh, where can Fitzroy be?
Hopefully not
the
in the
stranded
shark.
whale. Yes, I hope so. So I'm assuming that's the bar. Let's see. Follow the yellow brick road.
You bilge rats don't scare me.
What did he call us just
You
now?
know, I was watching
Nothing
it.
for you here either. Beat
I would
it.
say technically it was a manga, but it was being, you know, actual dubbed. But I think it's like
Nothing
just
for
someone
you
technically
here either.
animating a story
Beat it.
of where this woman was quite, you know, sure that her mother-in-law was trying to kill her.
You know,
Or, you know, just, or at least was just
Prohibition
bullying
is
her.
just a joke.
And so, when her husband,
That
you know,
suits me
suggests
fine.
them go, you know, go visit them for New Year's, she's like, no, your mother will just bully me again. He's like, And he's more or less, playing like, very ignorant, or he doesn't, believe that, his mother's doing this. So, the wife gets this bright idea to call the mother-in-law and say, yeah, we're going to show up. But just so happened I developed this shellfish allergy. Yeah, I'm definitely allergic to shellfish. Crabs, shrimps, the works. And, like even if I see it, I'm definitely allergic.
They're on the table next to
and
you.
her husband's like standing beside her, like completely confused,
When
like
you're done,
she never
come
told
join
me.
on the deck.
And so she once she hangs up with the mother-in-law, she more
These
or less,
manifests are
he's
signed
like,
by Charles
I didn't know
Hawkins.
this. She's like, and that was
That's
a
all I'll
lie.
get from them.
But just to make sure that she can't back out of it, she sends the mother-in-law an email, more or less stating that, she was in fact definitely allergic to shellfish. And she's like, you'll see. Sure enough,
Priscilla.
they get there for New Year's dinner. What does the mother-in-law cook? But a whole bunch of shellfish. And her husband's like, didn't my wife, I forgot what the woman's name was. Like, didn't she tell you she was allergic to shellfish? The mother's like, no, she never told. He's like, yes, she did. I was standing right beside her when she called you and told you she was allergic.
Twins.
And the wife's just like, I also sent you an email stating that I was allergic to shellfish, and it was definitely allergic at that. And then technically, the wife, claimed that,
What a macabre
or like,
souvenir.
that, she was just being mean or something. You know how, mother-in-laws like to be when they're asses.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the father didn't even realize that, his wife was being this much of an ass. And so, while, the son finally found out, and the father found out that, the wife had been... And apparently the mother actually admitted that she hated the woman and hated her with all her heart. Ooh, that did not make either one of those men happy.
Fights at the Strand.
Octavia, get off my shoes.
Even the antics of these
No,
war
get off
friends
the
don't
shoes.
escape me.
Get.
But,
It's you who lays down the law around here.
But yeah,
Oh,
so
I
the
wouldn't
wife
go that far.
just walks over to the
I'm
table and
just
starts
the
eating some of the
last
crab.
serving captain on
And
dock.
the mother-in-law's like,
Tell
I
me
thought
what
you
I
said
can
you were
do to
allergic.
help
She's
you.
like, yeah, it was a lie. Just to prove that you were bullying me.
Get off. Get off. Have a puppy, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
You love that, enjoying that puppy. You know very well you're loving and enjoying that puppy.
I am. But she's a pain in the butt.
Well, of course, puppies are always that way. Dogs in general are that way.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36.
Hell,
You know
cats
where
are
it
worse.
is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is
But-
opposite the jetty. You can't miss
Ever
it.
since then, they technically never went,
Understood.
they never went back
You know
to the
who the building belongs to,
mother's
don't you?
place. And they celebrated New Year's happily in their home.
You tell me.
And apparently
I
the
thought
son
you would have
technically
worked it
was,
out.
about ready to
It
cut ties
belonged
with it,
to
because
Charles Hawkins.
at the very end you just hear him
Shipowners
yelling
from father to
over the
son.
phone that, if she
I
ever
see.
tried that stunt
That
again,
explains those loading manifests.
he was going to completely cut
Too bad
ties
I
with
can't
her.
get much out of them. I think
Like,
that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Yeah, I watched another thing on TikTok too about toxic mother-in-laws.
Oh yeah, I hate it, and I'm just like, really? Y'all that selfish? Damn. I'm like,
I'm
I
just
can
back
get
from the
if you don't
wars.
like someone,
The dead
but
killer whale is
how
unsettling.
about we
the
don't try to
sails.
murder them?
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
It's worse when like your significant other doesn't believe you. I'm like, you technically
Killer
a
whales
little
don't have
bit
many known
should
predators.
believe
That's
your
true.
wife,
And
especially if
normally,
weird things are
they're
still
not
happening.
found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that
Depths.
plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
But yeah,
You're talking about mythology.
Indeed, you're right.
there was another TikTok video that Vic sent me.
The
And he's
police
like-
took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
He's like, I feel like my child would do this to me, and I'm like, and I watch it, and I'm like,
I think that was a mistake.
Bitch, please, I'd do that to you.
Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these
And it
walls?
was like of a daughter like going to ask her mom, like,
to look into the real cause.
you know
of its death,
how,
at least.
like, hypothetically, what if my friend's
I was looking
dog,
at your photograph.
Happen to have
One of the man in
puppies,
front of
and
the
it
door.
happens to be a
Yes, I
corgi,
can
which
see
is,
the one
the
you're
dog
talking
that I,
about.
really want.
Interesting resemblance.
And I just so
I thought it was you,
happened to
but with
have
a
enough
wooden
money
leg.
to buy one.
And for good reason. That's my
Would you think
father
that,
in the
we'd
photograph.
have enough room
father?
to,
John Fitzroy,
have another dog?
captain of the
And
Scylla.
the parents like,
His
no.
wooden leg
And
is
she's
there.
like, oh.
You can
And
go
then
and
you just
see
see
it
the look
if
on her
you're
face, like,
interested.
And
then
she's
she just
running out
starts
the
running.
house, right? I
And she
saw
has
that
the
one.
dog in her hand.
I found
She's
a
just like
threatening
running down the
letter
hall with the
signed
dog.
by a certain
I'm like,
Yeah.
cat.
Let's be
What?
honest, that'd be me.
I don't mind you visiting
Yes.
my
I'm like,
harbor master's office,
hypothetically.
but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my
What if,
affairs.
a friend of
being
mine's
blackmailed?
dog had,
Not exactly, no.
puppies, and
That
it happened
shyster
to
wants
be
to
a
make us
breed I
pay protection money.
want,
With any
and
success.
I just so happen to have enough
I wouldn't
money.
say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and
Yeah,
see
I'm
me
just
when
like,
you've
oh, my
got
mercy.
something new.
Oh my mercy.
Okay, yes, boss. I'll come back and see you when I have something new. Ooh, do I? Oh, I got
Be
two.
wary.
Okay.
Hmm?
Let's see.
But yeah, I'm just like,
Calculation.
oh my lord, that was hilarious. Oh, that was funny. Oh, that was funny.
Okay.
I think the worst videos is usually like the ones that have weird puns. Then again, I was sent a video that's like, something here doesn't belong, and I watched the video and I'm like, I would have to say the horse. The horse doesn't seem to fit in with the cows. I feel like he's a little odd man out.
Oh, cool. They give you clues here. I'm sorry. What did you say, hun?
Oh, I was saying that there was this video that one of my friends sent me that was like, can you spot the odd man out? And I'm just looking at a video, it's just like a whole bunch of cows, and all of a sudden, horse. And I'm like, I feel like that horse is a little, a little odd man here. There's a whole bunch of cows and one horse.
Rude.
For sure he's the odd one out.
There's also this one TikToker who pretty much handles
Hey, be
like
careful.
not exotic, but what's that emotes? The weird looking. They're not ostriches, but they're emus. Well, she rescues them, and she
Let's
has
get
like
him
this
another drink.
farm, and so
Why,
one of
Bob, we
the
don't serve
emus that she has to take care of or she rescued is kind of like aggressive. It's a female, and her name is Karen, and she has been through stuff. But so when Karen gets in her moods, Karen eventually like warms up to her and loves on her and stuff like that. But sometimes they get into their moods.
Oh yeah.
You see her pushing her back and be like, "No, go away," whatever. They do, but they had spliced the video with a guy who was like, this woman is not to be messed with. If she can go up and push one of those one of those critters away with no fear, I ain't messing with her. Like, I laugh at that, and she it does take some big balls to have no fear for an animal that could potentially gut you.
Oh yeah. But
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun.
yeah, I don't like some of the videos that have like weird jump scares in them.
307th Infantry
The
Regiment.
funny thing is that after the jump scare, I'm like,
That'll
okay.
be okay for now.
And then I
The war is
then I
over.
rewinded
Try not
just
to
to
forget
see
it.
what the fuck I just saw.
I'm
'Cause it
here
was so
for
fast.
information, not for a fight.
Like I know I saw
I
something.
prefer
Then I see,
it that way.
and I'm like, oh,
Speak then.
I'm wishing I didn't
I
see that
reserve
now.
the right to answer or not.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises
Why
coming
does it
from the
feel like she's-
warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it.
But let's see
But
what
I'll say no more. Anything else?
I'm trying to remember what else may have happened.
I didn't expect to find alcohol
There
on
we
this
are.
island. What's the source of this
She's
miracle?
a sassy little girl.
You mean who? Our source
don't
of
know.
supply wouldn't like me to
Doubt
the
it.
first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
Anything else?
There's like a few monsters I would like to see come back to Monster Hunter. And that's
What
just
can you
for the
tell me
fact that
about
I just
We all
want
knew
to see
she
him in
was
updated
famous on the
graphics.
mainland for her paintings.
Like the giant
Never
snake.
understood why.
What?
And
Yeah,
I don't want
there
to
was a
speak
giant
ill of the
snake.
dead.
Was that in World?
No, it wasn't in World. Well, it was in World, but not as an actual creature. It was more or less the
Her
skeleton
style
that
made
made
her
up the
famous.
Rotten Veil.
How would you describe it?
That's how big that
Torture.
snake apparently grows.
Yeah. Well,
If
it
you
wasn't
let
normal.
it, grow up. Apparently,
I mean,
it
for
grows.
young-
It's creepy and
Is that how
very
she
scary at the
sees
same
world?
time.
So
To get to its weak spots, which I think would be probably its hands or claws. But it can shoot blue fireballs at you. It's a gigantic creature. I mean, considering that apparently it can shape mountains
I've got
by
what I
just
need.
moving.
Anything else?
But yeah.
the stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy.
Okay.
The name, it reminds us of the
But I
golden
just want
age
to
of
see your
dock
reaction
water.
to a
When our
giant snake
whalers
trying to
left
bite
for
you.
long months and came back,
I wouldn't be the
sweating and
first
stinking
one.
of the oil
Did I
and
tell you about
flesh of the whales they'd been
the
hunting.
sink and toilet snake
It was a
at
tough time.
my job?
All the same.
Ah, but
I
steeped
think you
in
have
glory.
told me about the toilet snake,
We've
yes.
never known
If not,
such
I have heard
wealth
about
since
toilet
then.
snakes.
Yeah, there was in the same apartment, there was a toilet snake and then a sink snake.
What
I
can you
got
tell
the
me about
scare
We all
about
knew she
the.
was famous on the mainland.
Yeah, I remember you telling me
Her
about the
paintings.
sink and toilet snake now.
Never
Yeah.
understood why.
You did tell me about them.
Then
I'm like, great.
I don't want to speak.
I
ill
don't
of the
like
dead.
that. I don't want a snake to be in my toilet, much less my sink.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I'm like, I've been paranoid since I learned that snakes can come up the fucking toilet
Captain
pipe.
Fitzroy
I'm
told
like
me
every time
about
I
a
go to the
little
bathroom, I'm
pick-me-up.
looking at the toilet like,
You want a drink?
is there anything moving?
I wouldn't say no to a
For
glass.
goodness sakes, please let
Try
there not be
this.
anything moving.
Okay, so I got about 10 minutes or so left for this
I think
stream.
we'll get along well.
I want to thank Christopher for getting me into this game. I do find it interesting, and I could only think about. I've actually played Call of Cthulhu, not the video game, but it's more like
The board game?
it's not a board game. It's similar to
RPG?
D&D, like the D&D
Yeah.
type, but
Tabletop, you mean?
yeah, tabletop. Would you really consider D&D table? Yeah, you could. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's similar. This game is similar to that. So again, thank you for tuning in to my stream. And if you want to see some other crazy stuff, check out Odds and End Gaming. I also game there and stream with those fellas, and we have our Shoot the Shit Saturdays, amongst other things. So come check us out. Y'all have a safe evening and a safe week. Take care. Bye.